going on YouTube? It's your girl Monique Nicole, and I am back with another video. Today I will be reviewing episode 8 of Insecure. This episode was titled Lowkey Happy. Let me start off with, with all the madness that's been going on this weekend, even up until today. I was apprehensive on recording. I wasn't in the mood to record anything. But honestly, last night's episode of Insecure put me in a good mood. It literally put a smile on my face, and it was a really good escape from our harsh reality that we're dealing with right now. So I'm really hoping that my review and my commentary will put a smile on your face and will be an escape for you guys. So I really hope you guys enjoy, okay? So tonight's episode was bomb. I loved it from start to finish. I mean, literally put a smile on my face, and it's really fitting with the title of the episode, which was Lowkey Happy. I loved it. Let's get into it. So the episode opens up with our boy Lawrence looking very fine, mad, at the bar, and he's waiting on someone. It's assumed that it's Issa. Like I knew it was gonna be Issa, but yeah, he's waiting for Issa. And, he's kind of fidgeting. He's like a little nervous, which I think was so cute. He did the little breath check, and pop that Altoid in his mouth. Okay. Fresh breath. Okay. So, Issa walks in looking fine. I loved her red dress, whatever it was, red outfit she had on. She looked very cute. With her being so effing awkward, this girl not only walks in, she busts her ass. I mean, when I say bust ass, listen, I'm clumsy, so I can't judge. I trip over everything. However, I don't think I've ever felt that bad in Publix. Wow. In public, I have never felt that bad in my life. So it was so embarrassing. But it was one of those falls where you can't even laugh. It's like, damn, are you okay? You good? Like, this shit was funny. So they walk over to the bar, and Lawrence has already ordered Issa a drink. Okay, he got her what? I think he got her like whiskey and Prosecco. And he thought he was doing the thing like, oh yeah, I remember what your drink is. And she was like, honey, I done changed. Okay, I get Prosecco and vodka now. I was like, okay, bad and bougie. So that was a cute little moment. So then after that, Lizzo's song Truth Hurts starts playing in the bar, restaurant, whatever it was, and everybody started to get crunk, and it got a little bit too turnt, and it got super loud. So they were like, do you want to go somewhere else that we can actually talk? And they were like, yeah. So I think Lawrence brings up like, hey, do you want to go to this restaurant? And I forget the name of it. But she was like, yeah, we can go there. Now, apparently this restaurant is a restaurant that Issa always wanted to go to back when she and Lawrence were together. She always wanted to go there, but Lawrence couldn't afford it. So I thought that was really sweet and thoughtful of him in that moment to be like, hey, do you want to go there? I mean, I can afford it now. He didn't say it, but me as a viewer, I was like, he can afford it now, so take her. That was really cute. Okay, honey. So Lawrence orders Uber Black, and Issa was like, okay, you got some money. I see you. Uber Black. Okay. Cost an extra few dollars, but okay. So they get into the Uber, and they have this very talkative Uber driver. Listen, sidebar. What do y'all prefer? Do y'all prefer a silent Uber ride, or like the driver that's like talkative? Like for me, I'm talkative, so I don't mind having conversation, but it just depends on the person. I feel like some people are like just awkward or weird or like weird energy, but like I've had some really cool conversations with my Uber drivers in the past. So I mean, whatever. But sis was hilarious. Okay, she was asking them all types of questions like, oh, where are y'all from, and blah 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 blah, and is this your first date, and are y'all married? And Lawrence was like, no, we're not married yet, da, da, da. And she was like, nigga, what did she say? She said, nigga, what's taking so long? What you waiting for? I thought that was so funny. And then somewhere in the conversation, Lawrence kind of brings up, he's joking, but he brings up the fact that he actually did bought he actually bought Issa a ring at one point in their relationship. And Issa looked shook, honey. She was like, oh, you bought me a ring? Like, she looked shook. But it was funny little Uber ride. Let's see. Okay, so we get into the nitty gritty now, y'all. So they get to the restaurant, which was a very nice restaurant, man. I don't know if it's a real restaurant, but if so, I would like to check it out. But anyway, this is where we get into the nitty gritty. So I think this is after they order the food. That was cute also when Issa was like, okay, I know we're gonna get, and they ordered everything off the menu, and she ordered, you know, Lawrence's food and his drinks. And I thought that was so cute because it's just like, even though time has gone on, even though we've changed, there's certain things that you still kind of know about the person. So I thought that was really cute, and I appreciated that moment. So again, this is where we get down, okay? Issa's finally like, okay, so, you know, what do you want to tell me? Like, I've been waiting. Like, you've been telling me for a while now that you have something you want to talk to me about. So what is it? And Lawrence basically reveals, like, you know, he's been thinking about their relationship. And sorry, y'all, I took notes because it was just a lot. But he was thinking about their relationship and was wondering, like, what would have happened, you know, had they stayed together. What would it have been like? You know what I mean? If he didn't give up, if he didn't end the relationship, if he did choose to like work things out with her. And then, and then he asks her, he goes, you know, why Daniel? And she was like, no, he goes, why Daniel? Then he says something like, could it have just been anybody? And Issa's like, no, of course not anybody. She's like, look, Daniel popped back up in my life. And at that time, he was giving me attention when you weren't. You know what I mean? Like, let's be clear. Like, as a viewer, I remember Lawrence's attitude during that time. He was always a nice guy, but Lawrence was definitely in a depressive funk. He was very depressed. It obviously had a lot to do with him being unemployed, and he opened up and admitted that, and even expressed that, like, hey, like, I was at home every day watching you wake up, get up, have purpose, have somewhere to go, have a job to go to, and I'm just sitting at home, and it was depressing, which I understand. Okay, I can relate. I've been unemployed before. It sucks. Never in my life could I ever sit there and be unemployed for 3 years. I still feel like there are things that Lawrence could have done. Internships, volunteer work. He could have gotten a job, like, to actually have income. It may not have been his dream job. It might not have been the job that he wanted, but come on. Let's be real. He could have gotten a job. I just feel like there's no excuse at his age to have sat at home for 3 years unemployed. Like, just collecting unemployment checks, like, that wouldn't even sit right with me. So it's just, I felt bad for him. You know what I mean? I definitely sympathize with him, but at the same time, just like, you know, but whatever. So he was very open with her as far as where his head was at that time. Now let's see. Issa said some really profound things, and I can't find it in my notes. Okay, yes. So she was like, you know, with Daniel, he popped up. It felt good to be wanted. It felt good to have attention. And at that time, you weren't giving it to me. She was like, look, I messed up. And she was like, I was devastated by my mistake, but it was one time and it's not an excuse. But she's like, I never really wanted to break up with you. Like, I wanted to still be with you. I never even wanted to be with him. Even after all of that, she's like, I still wanted to be with you, Lawrence. So that was deep. It was a deep conversation. It was long overdue. It was so needed. And I'm so glad that they had that conversation. They were able to be honest with each other and be vulnerable and finally, like, reveal things that they never were able to reveal, you know, prior. So I thought that was amazing. So Issa goes to the bathroom, okay? Lawrence gets a little text from condolences, okay? This bitch, I don't even like her ass. So she's like, I know we agreed to meet up on Tuesday, but is there any chance you can meet up tonight? Bitch, why you so pressed? You can wait till Tuesday, boo-boo, because you dumped Lawrence, okay? I mean, actually, damn, we don't really know who dumped who, but it kind of feels, like she dumped him based on that last episode we saw of them together, Thanksgiving episode. I don't know why I feel like she broke up with him, but whatever. So he says he's out right now, but he'll hit her up later and let her know if he can come by to her place, whatever. So they leave the restaurant. They're outside talking about, how they really enjoyed the night and blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden we hear brat, 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 brat. And it's TSA Bay. What's his name? Calvin. Calvin pops up with his date. The date's name was what? Mazda. Like the car? I think like the car, Mazda. Anyway, so that whole scene was freaking hilarious and so awkward because it's not because he's big, it's his personality. And honestly, his personality is funny as fuck. Like, I would love to be his friend. Like, he is so fucking funny. And he's got no shame in his game. Like, Lawrence kind of peeped what was going on. He was loving every minute of it. So he's like, oh, okay, how'd y'all two meet? Knowing damn well how they met. And this man said, we used to get it in. I'm like, who says that out loud? Publicly? You just embarrassing the poor girl. And then the chick he was with, either she didn't hear him or she just didn't care. I think she just didn't care because I think she heard him. I mean, they had to have heard him. I mean, he said it out loud. That shit was funny. It was so, so, so funny. He was just so cool with it. I just love his personality. Like, oh my gosh. So Lawrence gets a kick out of it, okay? And is cracking up, talking all types of shit. And then Issa was like, hey, do you want to go to the LA, what's it called? The art walk? Yeah, art walk. Because I think TSA Bay and his girl Mazda were heading over there. And she was like, well, dang, do you want to go? Like, haven't been there in a while, like, da-da-da-da. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, so let me know how that goes. I got to go do something, but let me know how that goes, okay? Gives her a kiss on the cheek and then dips out. I was like, what? I could not believe that he did that. And then, like, what, maybe 15 seconds later, we hear brat, brat, and that's Lawrence coming back. Like, that whole scene had me cracking up. I just loved it. It was just so playful and lighthearted. I loved it. And so they go to the art walk, and again, having really nice conversation. I think it comes up about like Issa and like what does she want to do career-wise, and she kind of explained to Lawrence, and he was like, you know what, that's dope. Like, I support you. Like, I'm proud of you. You can do it. He was very encouraging, which I love. They continue having good conversation. While there, Condolences calls Lawrence again. I'm like, bitch, why are you blowing up Lawrence so much? Like, calm down, bitch. Calm down. Now, sidebar, the people in the street, just kidding, Twitter, Black Twitter, has been saying that Condolences might be pregnant. I pray they do not write that in the script. I pray that is not what's about to go down, because if that happens, oh shit, I hope not. But anyways, okay, so they leave, they Uber back to Lawrence's crib, and they're about to go their separate ways and say goodnight. But then Issa cracks some jokes about Lawrence's place, and he was like, oh, okay, that's what you think, okay, well, come on up. So they tell the Uber to like wait like 5 minutes or whatever. So Issa goes up and sees Lawrence's apartment, and she's like, okay, not bad, okay. And then she said something like, oh, you got a cleaner or something, a cleaning lady? And he was like, yep, every 2 weeks. So that was cute. His place was nice, So that was cute. Cracking jokes. And then Issa's like, can I go to the bathroom real quick before I go? When she said that, I was like, sis, I know what you're trying to do. Like, I see you. We see each other, okay? We see each other. I see what you're trying to do. That was cute. Go to the bathroom real quick. Right. Right. So while she's in the bathroom, Lawrence's ass wants to go outside and then call Condola and basically is like, hey, I'm wrapping up my plans for the night. I'll head over there soon, if you still want me to, blah, blah, blah. So he comes back inside and Issa overheard the conversation. Like, she was just like, oh wow, that's Condola, huh? And he was like, yeah, she just wants to talk or whatever. Okay, and he didn't do nothing wrong. What I had a problem with was like, because he was having such a good night with Issa and such a genuine time with her, I just felt like, why? It's like your head was with Issa, but it's like you're also still thinking about Condola. I just felt like if he was genuinely having a good night with Issa, which I believe he was, why even entertain Condola that same night? I just felt like, I didn't like that part, but it is what it is. He is single. So he kind of, and I didn't like how he did this. He kind of almost was like, all right, well, bye. It felt that way. He didn't say it to Issa, but it felt that way. And she was heading out the door. And then she was like, hold up. She's like, what if I want to stay? And then he was like, I mean, do you really think you should? Like, do you think we should? And she was just like, I don't want the night to end. And then Lawrence admits and's like, tonight made me happy. And then Issa hits him with the, you make me happy. And I was like, oh, so beautiful. What a cute little moment. So they get closer and get closer and get closer and get closer. And then, okay, I'm being silly. Child, they do the nasty, but guess what? It was like so beautiful because they were like making love, okay? For real. It was a beautiful moment. I loved it. Loved. So the next morning comes and the vibes are just really chill. I thought they were gonna discuss something of last night. It was really no discussion. It was just like, okay, hey, had a great time. Lawrence was like, do you want me to drop you off home? It's no problem. I don't mind doing it. And she was like, no, you know what? I think I'm gonna walk. And then I think he said, you good? And she was like, yeah. Are you good? He's like, yeah. And it was like, all right, bye. Have a good day. See you later. And then she damn skips to her house. Like, listen, bitch, that walk, I thought y'all said y'all lived not across the street, around the corner. That looked like a good 15, 20-minute walk, sis. But listen, she was strolling. She looked happy. She looked blessed. Hold on. Let's go back. Was I the only one that thought when Issa was walking downstairs outside of Lawrence's place about to leave, I thought Condola about to pop up. Like, Insecure is good for like ending something messy. So, but that didn't happen. But it was such a nice episode. You guys, I love this episode so much. Like, honestly, no bullshit. It was triggering. There's nothing like having a heart-to-heart conversation, okay? There's nothing like having a vulnerable moment. There is nothing like getting closure. And unfortunately, in this thing called life, we are not always granted that opportunity. Even when we deserve it, we are not always granted that opportunity. So the fact that they presented something to us like this that we can relate to as viewers, which they always do, the fact that they let us witness these two characters finally come together and have a come to Jesus moment, okay? Have a heart to heart, get to the root of what their demise was. I just thought that was beautiful. It was appreciated. It was needed. I thank you. And our girl Kelly, what's her name? Natasha something. The actress that plays Kelly is the one that wrote this episode. I don't know who directed it, but Kelly wrote this episode. So shout out to her. Her first name is Natasha. I forget her last name, but she is so talented. She wrote the episode. I enjoyed it. I loved it. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Please. I love you guys, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.